After the disastrous ruling in Colorado, several other states are trying to follow suit and block Trump from the ballot, and this includes the state of California. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video today. It is time we talk about the chaos that is unfolding in the state of California. Because everyone, after the disastrous ruling in Colorado, other states have been trying to follow suit and block Trump from the ballot. This includes the state with the most people in the country, California. And well, it is definitely getting some interesting responses by Democrats. You have the lieutenant governor openly saying, we have to remove Trump and all this crap, when she doesn't even know how old you have to be to run. Yeah, she said you have to be 40 years old to serve the presidency, not 35. But either way, there's a lot of Democrats pushing for this crap to block Trump from the ballot. And you just start looking at this and you realize this isn't about democracy. This is about, hey, there are several critical House races in California that, if Trump's not on the ballot, turnout would sink badly, and these Republicans would probably lose. Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Now, let's be clear about one thing. Anybody with a brain understands what's happening with Trump and the Colorado situation is a joke. I mean, removing somebody for basically a political reasons, not, my democracy. I mean, it's just funny. These people spout all the time about how they love democracy and all this crap. But they kick people off the ballot for being political opponents. Well, the state of California is trying to do the same thing, and surprisingly, Gavin Newsom is kind of pushing back on this. Yeah, the governor of California that many people see as potentially the heir to Biden, he's actually one of the only ones saying, hold on for a second. Now, he gives a very Gavin Newsom response, but you read what he says and you realize, hey, wait a minute. Does Newsom understand that this is a terrible idea for Dems? We'll just get into it. Governor Gavin Newsom has a message for California politicians eager to follow Colorado's lead to block former President Trump from the ballot. Cool your jets. I'm actually surprised. The Colorado Supreme Court ruled this week that Trump was ineligible to run for president because he fomented the January 6th insurrection, even though you read what they said, it's just absurdity after absurdity, but whatever. The decision breathed life into efforts across the country, including California, to disqualify the former president for violating the 14th Amendment, which I have been over, and so many other much smarter people than me have went over many times. The 14th Amendment, they use it for everything, but in this case with the insurrection stuff, even if it wasn't meant for just a civil war, even if it was meant to block people from the ticket, all right, fine. You get past every loophole, everything, fine. It clearly states it doesn't apply to the president, or at least it doesn't mention it. It mentions the electors of president, the House of Representatives, senators, everything. But it does not explicitly say the president. So, the 14th Amendment in this case doesn't even make sense if you even apply every loophole you can think of. It just doesn't, because it doesn't mention the president at all. But in a Friday afternoon statement, Newsom telegraphed to his fellow California Democrats not to get ahead of the U.S. Supreme Court, which will almost certainly be the final arbiter of the decision. There's no doubt that Trump is a threat to our liberties and even to our democracy. Good Lord. Funny. Coming from the party that, throw you in jail for having different opinions, kicking you off the ballot, that's a threat to our democracy. Newsom said, but in California, we defeat candidates at the polls. Everything else is a political distraction. I gotta say, I'll give it to Newsom. I know he's bullshitting you. No, he wants Trump off the ballot. But I think, he at least understands from everything I'm reading that this is just political suicide to even try this. Because, let's face it, what benefits do Dems have from doing this? The Supreme Court almost certainly will say, no. You can't just kick people off the ballot for the 14th Amendment. So, it's like, why even risk it? And it just would piss people off thinking, hey, I'm the one that's supposed to decide who's the president, not these judges. His remarks threw cold water on numerous attempts by elected officials to seize on the Colorado decision. Which, it's just funny. The party that loves democracy are doing the same things Russia, several third world countries do all the time. They kick people off the ballots, mess with everything. It just... Why do you attack Russia and other countries so badly when you're doing the same stuff, arguably even more insane reasons than they do for kicking people off the ballots? This isn't democratic. This is telling the voters to go screw themselves. And if Trump is such a threat to the democracy, just beat him. If you're so worried about him, just beat him. Is this some complicated theory? Lieutenant Governor Elena Konakoulis, I think I said that correctly, I probably didn't, who is running for governor in 2026, issued a letter urging Secretary of State Sherry Weber to explore every legal option to remove Trump from the ballot. And remember, she is the one in the same letter that doesn't know how old you have to be the president. She said, the requirements include being 40 years old. I'm not kidding. She said that in an official statement. This wasn't, a leaked document where, it was maybe internal documents that got leaked and then, it was a mistake. That's not what happened here. She posted it publicly. Democratic State Senator David Min, an Orange County congressional candidate, said he would introduce a bill letting California residents sue to block ineligible candidates. Although given the legislative calendar, it is all but impossible for such a measure to be passed and take effect in time to apply to the March 5th primary. But this is just a joke. I mean, think about this. Introduce a bill letting California residents sue to block ineligible candidates. What does that sound like to you? Nobody cares about what precedent this starts. First of all, what's considered ineligible now? It's always been you have to be 35 years old, you have to be born in the United States, all that stuff, the basic stuff. But this is just sounding like we can declare anything ineligible, as that's for the presidency, There's other state laws, I understand that, but I'm just saying overall. There's usually a set requirements by the Constitution that doesn't need this sue to block ineligible candidate crap. It's undemocratic and really it's a F you to the people. Why should the people not have the right to choose who they want to vote for? Months before the Colorado ruling was handed down, a group of Democratic state legislators urged California Attorney General Rob Bonta to use the powers to expedite a ruling on whether Trump was ineligible to appear on the ballot. I mean, this is just... They've been doing this the entire year. He's ineligible. He's ineligible. He's a threat to democracy. So we're going to kick him off the ballot. That is the same stuff Russia, other countries do. Yeah, like Russia. Again, I said Russia. Every country in Africa basically does the same thing. Or every other democratic country in the world. They do the same crap where, he's kicked off the ballot, for God knows what reasons. We have fake candidates running like in Russia. It's a scam. They're applying third world dictatorship crap here in America. They've been doing it for a couple of years now, but here we are. Now they're doing it publicly. They're not even trying to hide it. They're trying to say, we got to defend democracy by kicking people off the ballot. There has been a sprawling nationwide legal strategy to bar Trump from eligibility given his role on January 6th, which is just absurd. This isn't, one crazy state legislator, coordinated everything. It's basically the entire Democratic Party saying we need to stop Trump through means of getting him off the ballot. The Colorado decision, the first in history to disqualify a candidate under the 14th Amendment, immediately prompted some proponents to fast-track their efforts. In Michigan, a group of voters suing to keep Trump off the ballot wrote a letter to their state Supreme Court using the Colorado decision to argue the case. But this is crazy. And then in Maine, you have a Democrat Secretary of State who can effectively kick Trump off the ballot. This is just absurd. We have never had anything like this. In the past, we had people that were in jail that still got on the ballot. People that were dead. They were still eligible. This is just, you're kicking people off the ballot for, at best, a ludicrous legal argument. And you're setting a dangerous precedent that will, hopefully, backfire. Like, what's going to happen if Texas says screw you to Biden? What's going to happen if, say, Georgia says F you to Biden? North Carolina, Ohio. This goes both ways. And I don't think, except maybe Newsom and a few others, understand that this can only end badly for Dems if they continue this. I mean, do you really think the Supreme Court's going to allow this? Say what you will about Roberts. I'm not a big fan of him. But I have severe doubts that he's going to allow what could be, arguably, the most damaging indictment of the Constitution ever, as it just is a FU to the Constitution and rips it to shreds. I doubt that even he's going to step aside of this crap. He's going to have to rule on it eventually. And I doubt that he's going to side with Dems saying, yeah, you could get off the ballot because we said so. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.